What is going on, everyone? It's your favorite racing, fighting, and role-playing game, Jackal, Goddrifter, and welcome back to another Crew 2 live stream. This is live stream number 82. And basically, I am actually, um, so today for the most part, I'm actually it's gonna be a full-on rally, to say the least. Now, for those who do not notice right away, you could see that I made this car to look like the car from the trailer. Well, I don't know about the hood. I think it's still stock hood. But yeah, trying to make it as accurate as possible. Except for one part of it, of course, and it is this. What's in the quarter panel. Rep the Crew 2014 to 2024. The game came out in around the summer of 2014, and it's going to be ending literally. And keep in mind, the last day is tomorrow for the most part. Um, so, what I'm wondering what I am going to be doing in the crew is literally just straight up do as much as possible, because I already know that basically once the server is discontinued, then it discontinues. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. But I do say, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would have to agree with NRS. Um, and there's an N4S, who is a YouTuber that's done the Everything Wrong with series for racing games. It's kind of scummy to uh, take to literally deactivate the DLC that a lot of us legit paid for. Uh, so for those wondering what I mean by that, I mean it's very clear. Literally, it is what it sounds like. And let me just turn the testing. Oh, stop. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Did not want to do that. Alright. Going all the way from. So yeah, we're basically heading to Detroit, where it all began for the most part. And I'm just going to travel to here. Okay, so in terms of how it's gonna go down, basically going from Detroit, and then from Detroit to Chicago, and then from Chicago we're going all the way to the we're going all the way to New York, and after New York it is going to be Miami, and then after Miami is the Mountain States, specifically Las Vegas, uh, which will be right here, and then lastly it'll be uh, the West Coast. So yeah, specifically it'll be Southern California, or AKA where Los Angeles is. So without any further ado, time to start the journey by heading to Grand Park. Don't worry, there'll be fun pictures on the way. So in terms of why I'm doing the crew month is because, well, like I said, the crew one is going to be shutting down in favor of the crew Motorfest on PC. And for those that do not know about that, and then it's pretty odd that most of us will have been like, okay, so we're going to be getting crew Motorfest on PC. When half of us don't even want to deal with PC gamers right now, because, well, for one, they like to go on. Well, for one, they have mods so they can do whatever they want to, which is questionable at best. Don't know why that's actually a thing in the first place. Either way, even still, I don't know why it was the case of actually grabbing everything as much as possible. Now, the reason why the crew actually, like, basically it gets me, because not only they were showing the trailer with Warrior Concerto by the Glitch Mob, but it also has a variety of vehicles that you wouldn't even see in video games nowadays. Like, this is actually a good example. You see, like I see, heck, there's like two trailers. There's the UK trailer which showed off the Camaro, the 370Z, the F-150 Raptor, and the Aventador, and then there is another trailer where they showed off the Shelby Mustang, the Ford Mustang Fastback, the from 2015. They showed the Roof 3400K, and lastly they showed off the Ferrari LaFerrari, which most people forgot one thing. Ferrari hates gamers, so that was actually a big surprise to us, especially since, well, for one, the season pass actually gave us a crap ton of stuff to go for in terms of what it was. So thus we end up getting the McLaren 12C in a Ferrari 458 Special. And heck, even I know when to actually know not to actually meant to not be a total jerk-off for the most part. So basically I was watching a whole bunch of trailers and basically keep in mind this happened around 20 I would say late 2015, and keep in mind I just turned 16. Keep in mind I turned 16 literally like around 10 months, like literally around 10 months ago at that time, and I was heated because not only that I thought I was getting an Xbox One, but then again the fear of buying batteries came up. I'm like, nah, I don't want to buy another thing. I don't want to buy batteries for a controller that I knew is gonna die. So that's the reason why I was buy PS5, so that we don't have to deal with like money problems with batteries. In fact, I think the last time we spent money on controllers was for the Nintendo Wii, and that was when I was still in 5th grade. This was me in sophomore year of high school. So wait, no, it's sophomore slash junior year of high school. And thus I ended up getting Need for Speed 2015, The Crew, and Call of Duty Black Ops 3, all on the PS4, along with an actual PS4, and ended up getting Uncharted: The Nathan Drake Collection. And let's just say that I ended up liking all 4 games basically. And then I was like, man, I need more. I legit wanted more, so I ended up basically downloaded my first online game, which was Warframe. And for those wondering how, and for those that actually was wondering how long I've been in Warframe, that I played Warframe for, well, in bit of context, this is when the Octa-Core, the giant laser weapon, was mastery rank 6. That's basically that's how that's how not much, basically how it's not far either. So it's basically TLDR. Ended up getting to the game around the time of basically a few days, because it was like my first time playing this is my first time actually playing a game that doesn't require PlayStation Plus, which, well, for one, is extremely perfect for me, because I do not feel like, because I think at that time I didn't like spending money on PlayStation Plus, because that money could have been used for, you know, around that time I was spending money on Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires 49th edition characters, and I was spending $3, $4, $5 per pack, and in the end I could easily just save up my money and then just buy the full game, because like literally half the game is actually completely locked, and I'm over here, I'm like, okay, I could easily just buy Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires and easily gotten every single character and half the stuff I actually paid for, so there's that for the most part. Now in terms of the other so in terms of the rest of the games, I ended up playing Need for Speed 2015 the most, because the Crew was I was way behind. Keep in mind, I literally just started playing the Crew around that time, and like my highest level vehicle was literally around the 900s once I finished the story, and yeah, it was pretty cool nonetheless. It's very interesting to say the least. But the biggest thing of them all is creativity and literally having fun with said game. And the funny thing is that in Need 2015, I usually play by myself when it comes to that specific game, because honestly, my friends around that time didn't. They have vehicles. It's just the fact that, due to the fact that I play Need for Speed, they wanted to figure out what car is the fastest. And here's the thing: I thought the Dodge Challenger was the fastest because of how much power the car was producing. Like, you can say, oh, this car makes 1500 horsepower and it's supercharged and it's completely maxed out. But for the most part, you can legit, I think around that time you can make a Dodge Challenger Hellcat power, but unfortunately, all you can make is a Hellcat motor. That's basically it. Everything else is, everything else is one of two things. It's either the vehicle is cool, but unfortunately it doesn't have enough parts, or the car has too much parts, but the car just straight up sucks. That is basically what it was. It was interesting to say the least. Let's see. And keep in mind, for those wondering, this was before I met JDM and as well as Soul and Synthwave. This was before I met everybody else in Gran Turismo Sport or heck, even Need for Speed Heat. Because this was around 2015, 2016. So this was during high school, to say the least. It was, like, I didn't mind it as much, but at the same time it was cool, to say the least. Like, for the most part, also bought my first DLC for COD. Basically, it was the Eisendrache, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty sure that I did the Wolf Bow quest multiple times to the point where I'm like, wait, I know where this is going, and then end up getting the Wolf Bow, and my God, the Wolf Bow was probably my favorite bow to not only to build but to use actually. So yeah, in terms of which game I beat which game I beat first, in terms of the fastest game I've beaten, between those three, I've beaten, like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, I've beaten Music 2015 in 5 days. That's basically what it was. I beat the game in 5 days. And the reason why it took me 5 days because of Amy's fast as heck 240. No, I'm sorry, 180 SX. Oh, excuse me. Basically, her S13 was ridiculous, to say the least. And then Call of Duty Black Ops 3 was second place. It took me 2 weeks to beat by myself, and then I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It took a few days to beat Call of Duty Black Ops 3 with friends, basically. Lastly, it was, wait, no, third place I had to go to the crew with literally 3 months of playing the crew. Ended up beating the game with a freaking truck, which is, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it, it's freaking hilarious. And then lastly, of course, I gotta go with Uncharted. Yes, beaten all 3 games. Dear Lord, okay. Well, yeah, it's actually pretty extensive, to say the least. I actually do like, of all the games that I played, I liked the crew more than Music 2015. I mean, I get Music 2015. It's the same game that actually has the Supra, the Evo 9, the R32, the R34, the A86, the GT86, the Scion FRS before the brand got discontinued. Yeah, man, it was one of those games that you end up liking for the most part, for what kind of game it is. So, Outcome 2017. Oh lord, 2017. Possibly possibly the year of really weird releases. Okay, so we made to New York. Now we go ahead into Miami, Florida, specifically South Beach. Well, not South Beach. My bad. This is not Miami Harbor either. Dear Lord. Is it downtown? Yeah, yeah, downtown. Uh, righty then. Oh. Okay then. There we go. Don't worry, it's over there. This is uh well yeah, in terms of how can't see the map, thank you very much. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's probably a reward crate over there. But yeah, it's one of those things that you know get into when you are actually you're in high school and basically everything is like hunky dory and all that type of bullshit. But yeah, in terms of racing games, it is a weird time as games releases. For example, you got Forza Motorsport 7, which obviously has controversies. For example, you can't even like pick your own. It's not the fact that you can't pick your own vehicle. It's the fact that you can't. It's like you can't make a lobby without like the game crashing or something like that. I don't know. Needs to be payback. No, it definitely has controversies. Because obviously you got the. That's quite obvious. The first one is obviously because of the loot crates, and yeah, basically loot crates as well as having a really interesting prospect of how things will go in terms of how in terms of I think where I crashed into something. In certain aspects, it is a cool thing to actually think about, but at the same time, as I was saying, dear Lord. Plus, there's also the no cop thing. There's also the the Lotus. Anyways, Plus, it's also, plus 2017 is also the year that I actually graduated from high school, so there's that, to say the least. What else is there? Now, basically, I didn't get Need Speed Payback until 2018, and this was around the time when a two-car pack, one of which being the what's it called? Yeah, one of which being the I forgot what was. Oh, it was the DB9 and the Pontiac Firebird. And I was, like, I'm not gonna lie, I think at that time I was legit getting sick and tired of this, what's that called? I was getting sick and tired of the 77 Pontiac Firebird, because that car shows up in every single game. Like, there's a reason why, like, there's, like, different variants, and I'm like, okay. And the live stream. Oh dear Lord. But yeah, it's I think around 2017 it was really weird because you got Forza Motorsport 7, which did not do so well. These three Payback was a huge controversy in of itself, along with EA being like, oh, let's add loot boxes, don't worry, the kids will love it. It's totally not randomized or anything, and the fact that it's connected to three things, one of which is connected to vanity items, which is your neon, your bags, your horns, your colored nitrous, and that's about it. The second thing is connected to your crew altogether, or just crew? No, crew altogether. Basically, the first two was the crew Motorfest, and then the second one. Okay, this is actually my second day of streaming the crew 2, and plus also have made that I made that one badge on the side. It says Rep the Crew 2014-2024, and yeah, I'm really just going through memory lane, man. Like it was pretty interesting. And funny enough, the Crew 2 came out when I was in college, so there was, so I think this was around mid 2018, and I was literally not doing my best. I was not doing my best at community college, especially since one of the community colleges is what I was looking for, but it's in a different area to say the least. They're shutting down. Yep, they're shutting down. Literally not tomorrow. Basically, they're shutting down. Oh Jesus Christ! Okay, I almost hit these two. They're shutting down on this month. Basically March 31st. So it's not March 29th. Tomorrow is the last day of the crew service being up. And not to mention some. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Some players are, I think, including yours truly, was a team bit heated that they took away the vehicles that we actually bought real life cash for. Like, I kid you not. Like, I bought the season pass, so that will include all the calling out units updates, the summit, the what's that called? And not to mention, you also get the season pass cards, which I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I re-downloaded the game, and I was like, okay, let's see what's going on. And then it turns out I was missing a Jackal, because like first Jackal was a SRT Viper, and I didn't even know where it was. I was like, what the heck? I know I have a Viper somewhere. And keep in mind, the Crew 2, not Crew 2, Crew 1 has both the SRT Viper and the Dodge Viper from 2006, if I remember correctly. Yeah, 2006, Dodge Viper SRT-10, and then there's the SRT Viper from 2014. And the 2014 Viper was missing, as well as the Spiker, the Spiker was missing, the 12C, the 488 Special, not 488, the 458 Speciale is missing. Hold on, let me pull over because I think I have the list on Discord. Let me see here. Where is it? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Alright, so the list right here. So it's the 458 Speciale, the McLaren F1, McLaren TLC, the Celine S7 Twin Turbo, the Corvette C2, the Osman Vito's Zagato, ASRT Viper, the Spiker C8 Allurian, I think that's what it's called, and the Mercedes Benz C63 AMG Coupe Black Series. So basically, it's 9 cars are missing, and I was like, what the heck? I know I had these cars. I paid for the season pass. Well, apparently the season pass isn't enough, because Jesus. But yeah, it was one of those times where I was like, man, I know here's the thing, it's one of those things that it's probably one of the good things that most people will try out these vehicles, and you end up. So I don't know, to be completely honest, because due to the fact that, okay, I know the Crew is an online racing game. That's one thing I know for sure. Because if it's like, okay, it's like this. If it's like Need for Speed The Run, then the game wouldn't load. It'll be in an infinite loading screen to actually play the game. And due to the fact that you can't even play it online, then it will be impossible to actually play in the first place. Which, don't know why it could easily just like, oh, okay, we could just make this game into a game that you can actually play by yourself. That would have been a lot easier to do, but now instead of like, oh, let's just make this game into an online racing game, because that's totally what the people want. You forgot that this is Ubisoft. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be available. Wait, no, it's not. Wait, no. Actually, I actually read something about it, and I think it won't be available unless you're on PC. What the heck? What the heck is that? Okay, hold on a second. Alright. Just need to look for Lamborghini. There we go. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, my Vento is no longer Nero Nemesis, but it but it's I think it's supposed to be like Atlas Orange. I think that's what it's called. Oh, hold on, what the heck is... Hold on a second. Also, my part next door. Is this a boat race? Oh. Never mind, we're good. Just see what your cooking shit now. Yeah, that's what the that's the reason why I put the crew wrote the crew 2014 to 2024. The crew 2 is still gonna be available, and the crew Motorfest just came out like 2 years ago. I was like, what the heck, man? Hold on a second. Alright, so I think the next spot will be Las Vegas, aka the Mountain States. Uh, and to be specific, we're going to the Vegas Strip. Not Vegas Strip, basically the longest street in Las Vegas. Sorry, the cruise out. No, no. If it was the entirety of the crew, it would be like, wait, I haven't bought the Bugatti yet. Shoot, hold on a sec. I would have been panicking. Like, I kid you not, I would have been like, man, hold on, I haven't bought the Bugatti yet. I still need to get the rest of the vehicles. And, man, I would have been like, I would have been really desperate. Because I'm like, man, I already know my mom's gonna, I know my mom's gonna be like, what the heck, why are you just spamming money on this dead game? You only bought the crew 2 last year? God dang, yo, okay. But if you want to know well, then again, I'll be doing a list pretty soon for ranking on the seasons from worst to best in numeric order, not order, the numeric order. So there's that for the most part. For example, season 1 is obviously the top themed update. Season 2 is the stunt update, etc., etc. Oh, jeez. Yeah, it's all, yeah, it's basically the original, the crew. I mean, it does sound cool. Unfortunately, no one watches my videos. A lot of people go for my live streams instead, and I'm like, what the heck what's so interesting about my live streams? I mean, I'm not doing anything that's like edited, basically, for the most part. But also have that mess on the on the side skirt. My goodness. Yeah, the Crew 2 actually was one of those games that that you were like, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, if it gets like a couple of more vehicles and actually add the vehicles that was missing, then yeah, it would have been cool. They added an Evo 10, I ended up buying this game either way. Not buying this game, I ended up getting this game for Christmas, along with Goddrifter 6, which is one of those times where I'm like, okay, I got in the game a racing game and a fighting game. Just need an RPG to actually complete it. The trifecta of my favorite type of games, basically. But yeah, this is actually, yeah, the Aventador, a lot of things, actually is not a bad vehicle. It's just that most people legit forgot. It's like, wait, why is the Aventador popular games? Like, oh right, because a lot of celebrities and music artists actually own one of these, along with either a Charger, a Challenger Hellcat, a truck, and some sort of like their favorite nationality of vehicle. Like I kid you not. In terms of the 80s kids, they grew up with the F40 or the Countach or Testarossa, depending on which you prefer. With the 90s kids, they grew up with the F50 and the Lamborghini Diablo. The 2000s kids, aka myself and many others, uh, we ended up growing up with the uh, plenty of vehicles actually. It is literally it's either a Lamborghini Gallardo, a Lamborghini Gallardo, a Lamborghini Murcielago, Ferrari F430 or Ferrari Enzo. It's one of that as well. Well, I would say F430, but also slash Ferrari 360 Monera. They're basically the same vehicle. I just like 360 more. Just saying. Yeah. And now I'm thinking like so like like kids that were born in around the 2000s, like if they grew up in the 2010s, their vehicles, well, it depends on what vehicle like they grew up with. They might have grew up with the Aventador and the 458 Italia or the Aventador SV. Dear Lord, okay, hold on a second. Oh crap, I need to I need to actually read this. I have to get draw around the US learning to play the game. Like, the experience of Rusty game was mainly in ESP underground, so I never got to experience real open world games. Ah, okay. So in terms of Need for Speed, Need for Speed wise, the further free roam game was definitely Underground. Well, it's not definitely. It's basically Underground 2. But I think like Underground 2 has its flaws as well. Like this is a really good example. Like there was no fast travel. Like the moment you actually, moment you save and quit the game, once you come back to the world, you're basically you're basically being you have to return to where you were at. It's like I want to go back to the garage and drive out of that garage, and not drive to the garage and ended up full on like not just return to the garage and then return, boom, I'm back where I'm at. That's basically what it was. But yeah, the fact that you're basically jumping around the entirety of the USA, along with like very famous cities, like example, you got Detroit, Seattle, you got New York, you got Chicago, you have the Mountain States, aka Las Vegas and Salt Lake City. Heck, the West Coast. The West Coast has their own cities as well. Like for example, you got Los Angeles, you got San Francisco, you got the Bay Area, you got heck, even some famous landmarks. For example, the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. You got the arches from St. Louis. Did I mention St. Louis? Oh my god. It was like the fact that it was so perfect in the last game for the crew that they decided to do it again, but basically make the colors more vibrant and have the players literally just explore the entirety of the United States. Like, most people wouldn't even do that. It's like, okay, it's pretty cool to say the least. But at the same time, it's not as bad as many people think it is. It's literally just like, oh, okay, we're basically driving around the entirety of the United States. Which, keep in mind that that is literally an entire continent. Like, I kid not continent, an entire country. We're driving around the entire country in the crew. And the crew motorfest was like, oh, you want to go to Hawaii? Well, here's Hawaii. Here's Hawaii. And I'm not gonna hold you guys. I actually know someone who is straight up Hawaiian. I kid you not. I think she usually brings in, she brought, and no, it's not the fact that she brought in a vehicle from there. She imported it from Hawaii to the main United States. And I was shocked. I was like, hold on, you brought in a Civic from Hawaii to literally, yeah, from Hawaii to California, to say the least. And the only difference being is the fact that there was, like, instead of like miles per hour, it's in kilometers. And I'm like, I'm thinking, wait, if it's kilometers, then does that mean that the 120, yeah, basically, if it says 120, am I literally going 120 miles per hour or 160, or 60 miles an hour? Because Jesus freaking Christ. But, well, I'm actually skipping a few leaders, skipping a few years. I think 2018 was like, okay, it was, I would say it's okay, but at the same time I would say it's alright. Like, it's nothing good, nothing bad. I think that was when I ended up buying both Need for Speed Payback and Gran Turismo Sport, both games on the same month, to say the least. And the fact that I was literally just streaming games by myself and literally just playing the games by myself. I ended up playing, not just playing Need for Speed Payback, but also playing the that was the mess out of Gran Turismo Sport, because obviously I played the beta and I ended up getting a few vehicles, to say the least, and said vehicles actually transferred over to the main game, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And not only that, I ended up having I had like 200 grand when I was playing the beta, and I kid you not, I spent literally the entirety of the 200 grand on cars that I don't even have in the garage yet. And I was like, man, I legit actually wanted these vehicles. And this was before the, oh Lord, yeah, this before Gran Turismo 7's invitation thing, not to mention the way that they actually do, and keep in mind, this was before the vehicles were like, oh yeah, you're adding, like, they were adding 5-10 cars per update, and I was like, man, that's actually pretty sick. And then one's like, oh yeah, Gran Turismo 7 is gonna be coming to PlayStation 5. I was like, ah, no, that means that not only that, it will be a very awkward moment to actually get the game now, but it would be a really, really bad timing in terms of me getting the game for a newer system. And I would've been like, not only I would've been disappointed, but I would've been like, what the f is this bullshit, man? Like kid you not, why would they do this to us PlayStation 4 players? Like, come on now. and I was like, I was freaking heated. And then I look, and then a couple of trailers later, they're like, oh, we have, oh, it's gonna be confirmed that it's coming for both PS4 and PS5. I was like, oh heck yes. So I ended up pre-ordering the game, and I bought Neo 2 along with it. So yeah, it was actually this was actually my first ever pre-ordered this is like my first time pre-ordering a game and then just literally waiting for the game to come out. Like, kid you not. It was that long, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool and all, but when the game's still to come out? And then, but before then, this was when I was streaming Need for Speed Heat, along with CarX, as well as the Crew 2 and Gran Turismo Sport. So literally, I was streaming 4 different games at once. So there's the Crew, yeah, basically the Crew 2, Need for Speed Heat, CarX Just Racing Online, and Gran Turismo Sport. So literally, it was those 4 when I was streaming around like 2018, 2019, 2020. I played Gran Turismo, but Santa Corsa. If you want my opinion on which game to get first, in terms of Gran Turismo wise, I'd say the most friendliest Gran Turismo game will definitely be Gran Turismo 6. I've heard that the game is extremely easy from a couple of YouTubers I've watched, but funny enough, Gran Turismo 6 was not my first Gran Turismo. It was, funny enough, Gran Turismo 3, and this was when I was like, man, I'm not gonna get Rivals, I'm not gonna get Most Wanted 2012, because I had Underground all the way to Need for Speed The Run. That was like my only, that was like the lineup of Need for Speed games I actually had around that time. So there's that for the most part. And then I got introduced to not only Gran Turismo but also Tokyo Extreme Racer, and said games, I was like, man, these games are extremely difficult for what kind of game it is. Especially especially Tokyo Extreme Racer. It wasn't even the original games. It was Tokyo Extreme Racer Drift 2, and this is a true story. So I ended up, because when I first started playing the game, I was like, you know what, I want to actually buy something that I can actually use for, for like racing. And the first car I chose was an S13, did not do so well. I chose an 86, did not do so well. I chose a, oh my god, what vehicle was it? It was a, I don't remember now. It was a Mazda Miata, did not do so well. So I'm like, okay, there has to be something I can use that doesn't slide all over the place. And thus, end up getting an Integra for my first car, and that was fine. I was like, okay, hold on, I can't even control a rear-wheel drive car, but a front-wheel drive car is okay. My goodness. And oh boy, after that mess, I was like, yep, I'm actually going to buy more of the series. So I ended up getting Tokyo Extreme Racer 0, and then later down the line I ended up getting Tokyo Extreme Racer 3. So I only had like three of them games so far. Not them, 3 of their games so far. But yeah, it was pretty cool to say the least. But there's one game that there's one series I haven't talked about yet. It's definitely the Burnout series. I miss that series. Like, if they remastered Burnout, either Burnout 3 or Burnout Revenge, I am buying it. Like, there is nothing stopping me from buying a remastered version of both Burnout Revenge or Burnout 3 Takedown. And the reason why I like those two is because they're kind of like Need for Speed Underground 2 in some way. Like the game is so good, I end up getting a sequel. This is basically what it was. So yeah, now it was like 2020, and this was. And again, at 2019, I ended up switching colleges from my previous college to the college I'm going to now, and I'm doing very well there versus doing well at the previous college. And then it happened. yeah, the infamous C-19, and yeah, let's just say that it's probably not the best year, to say the least. Because not only that we were staying indoors, but we can't even leave the house without masks. And we're indoors all the time. We were gaining weight every chance that it possibly gets. It was that bad. I kid you not. Not much we were taking classes online, and I was like suffering. I was like, man, come on, let us get to the point where I actually want to actually take classes normally instead of me having to adjust my mask every 5-10 seconds because it was freaking loose. And I was like, man, this freaking sucks. I can't believe it. So yeah, it was, and not to mention, we didn't have that many games, to be completely honest. I mean, if I have to be completely honest, the only games I know that came out in 2020 was, oh man, what game wait, actually that's a very good question. What games did came out in 2020 that wasn't like a year later? But then again, 2021, and I didn't buy anything in 2021. 2022, on the other hand, I have bought plenty of, what the heck? Good lord. I hate when that happens. Okay, there we go. But yeah, 2021, that is when I was like, you know what, man, like, I am getting sick and tired of not being able to buy man, and I ended up buying basically a crap ton of games, basically, and not to mention, it was like, at that time, I think the people that are in the apartments actually wanted to do some renovations, so I ended up basically just chilling at a hotel, eating food from the Mongolian place, which I kid you not, really fire ramen, by the way. It was 10 out of 10. Would buy again. And yeah, that was. So if there's a games, oh man, I bought a ton, and I mean I bought a ton of games. Like, if there's one highlight of 2021, it was the fact that I ended up buying my second PlayStation 3. Specifically, it was the PS3 Super Slim. And for those that are wondering, what the heck is Super Slim? Essentially, it's a model of the PS3 that has a sliding door on top of the system, and you can actually place a disc in, and then once it closes, it actually plays. So I was like, okay, yeah, that sounds kind of cool, not gonna lie. And not only end up buying, not only did I end up buying that, I also bought Ridge Racer Unbound, which, holy crap, that game is extremely hard to actually play. And keep in mind, this is from a guy that plays racing games for the channel. That's basically what it is. And then like, you know what? I miss playing the PS4, so I ended up playing the Crew 2 on PS4 again. And I think it was also, around that time when the Motor Pass actually came out. But yeah, it was, oh dear lord. Oh, my poor Aventador. Good lord. But, yeah, it's actually one of those times where it's like, okay, it's pretty cool to say the least, and, yeah, it's gone full circle. And not to mention, Neo 2 was not my first Dark Souls-like game. Nah, that mess, so I had to go to Cold Vein. And, well, so do not know what the heck Cold Vein is. It's basically Anime Souls, which is also the same universe as Goddrifter. And for those that don't know what the heck Goddrifter is, check out my Let's Plays of both Goddrifter 3 and Goddrifter 2. Don't worry, I'm thinking of actually doing the first game once I'm done with Goddrifter 2. So there's that. So in terms of what I like about the Crew 2, and it's not only the fact that the game is still being, well, I would say it's still being updated, but, and again, the game actually just had its last update, to say the least. So thus this. I just hope that this game lasts a lot longer than the Crew 1, because Crew 1, even though the game came out in 2014, it's shutting down in early 2024. Why in the heck are they shutting down in 2024? That makes no freaking sense. They could have at least waited until like the summer. Like, come on now. Like, they could have waited until the summer of 2024, where it's like, okay, I think it's time to shut it down, to say the least. And but yeah, tomorrow morning I will be streaming the Crew 1, and it will be basically a straight up final goodbye to the Crew 1. You may be gone, but you never be forgotten as the first ever racing game to actually take place with an entirety of the United States of America, and not to mention the amount of crazy bullshit that we legit pull in every single time we end up playing the game. Especially since this game is literally was out by the time I was, by the time I was in high school. And I ain't not gonna sugarcoat it, we will miss this game very much. was I saying? Oh yeah, so in terms of 2022, oh man, 2022. What can I say about 2022? Well, the fact that I bought my first WWE game, that's one thing for sure, because the first ever, unfortunately, my first ever WWE game was WWE Battlegrounds, and I was wondering who decided to make this game a glorified. It was weird. I kid you not. It was weird. I'm not kidding. The game was. It was awkward to play. It was one of those moments where it's like, why? Who decided this? And obviously, the Santa Monica Pier would be the final destination. Oh, my bad. Hold on a second. Alright, and then last but certainly not least, well, unfortunately I used all 4 vehicles, but there is one game that is, okay, this was one vehicle I know that deserves this spot, and that is one of the Season Pass vehicles, aka the McLaren MP412C. Alrighty then. Well, yeah, for the most part, the reason why actually, now in terms of the reason why I love racing games, is because with racing games, it's never the same thing. Like it is actually really, well, except for the kind of ruin that niche when the moment is like, oh, they're gonna have this gameplay and this and that. Like, okay, that's. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting the Xbox for sure. Okay, let me just turn the. You guys will probably hear the screaming V8, but I'm actually just gonna either just turn it, turn my own audio from my headset down. But yeah, in terms of basically I know, like, you know what, I'm actually gonna play I am legit going to play WWE 2K22, and I paid $39 for it. And I was instantly like, I kid you not. I was like, oh snap, this game is actually kind of good. Hold the heck up. That makes no sense. I'm used to a racing game person. Am I being converted to a WWE fan? And then I ended up watching WWE, and keep in mind, I missed an entire decade of WWE. I kid you not. I think the last time I actually watched WWE, I think it was when, oh crap, what was it called? I think it was around the time of when the Shield was still a thing. So I'm thinking that was 2012, if I remember correctly. Wait, no, my bad. I think that was before, I think that was before the Shield was a thing. Yeah, because I think I stopped watching WWE when I was 10 years old. Not 10, 11 years old, my bad. And then literally 2021/2022 ended up getting WWE 2K22, and I was like, huh, you know, this game looks kind of sick, I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, you know what, I'm literally just gonna watch the program and see how I feel about it. I'm like, okay, that's cool, and then I'm like, oh great, okay, this is getting interesting, and I was like, man, come on, win this goes, and then yeah, it was kind of like that for the most part. So basically, not only I found myself, what the heck? Okay, let's find a stray cat at the apartment complex. Well, yeah, it's actually one of those. It's actually one of those moments where you're like, okay, I'm starting to like this now. I watched it when I was a kid. Now I'm watching it as an adult, and yeah, it was interesting to say the least. Man, what else happened around that time? Oh yeah, ended up finally getting. I think at that time I finally ended up going from my main, basically, from my sub account, aka my alternate accounts, basically, to literally using my main account for everything. That's including doing YouTube stuff. So there was that for the most part. 2020, oh dear lord, 2023 was the year of, basically, it was legit my year, to say the least. Ended up getting a PS5 for my birthday, which was like, I was flabbergasted. I legit, so here's what happened. I ended up forgetting to I forgot half of my clothes at the laundromat. And it's a good thing that, it was like packed up, and I was like, oh, yeah, I forgot about my clothes, and my clothes were actually in the front seat, and I was like listening to music. I think I was listening to some, I was listening to Pharrell Williams, kind of like that. And keep in mind, this is before he was wearing the hat and everything. So, yeah, I got out of the car. I walked upstairs, and what did I see? I saw a white box with the PlayStation 5 logo attached to it, along with the PlayStation logo, and the game in the system came with God of War Ragnarok. And for those who do not know, I have played the previous game. So, those are wondering, have you played the previous game? Yes, I played the previous game before. So there's that for the most part. But yeah, overall it's actually pretty cool to say the least. But yeah, it's actually crazy to say the least. Like how it's crazy how most people would have been like, okay. And keep in mind, this was around the time where PlayStation 5s were like getting hard to actually get, and this and you wanna know what the crazy part is? The crazy part was the fact that that system at the PS5 was there since February 1st. I was like, wait a minute, how would what? Like so yeah, that system been chilling there. It was been chilling in the house the entire time. I didn't even bother looking for it. So yeah, not only that, but I ended up getting a bunch of games from the PlayStation Collection. So basically, Fallout 4, Monster Hunter World, Ratchet & Clank, Persona 5. There were a lot of games. I kid you not. Until Dawn even. Oh dear lord. You guys are probably, well then again, I'll win until the time comes when one of the games actually is going to be a game that I played either on Monday or on Halloween. Just say. Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting to say the least. And for those wondering, yes, the MP4 was in the last game, but it was in the last game as basically a pre-order bonus / season pass vehicle. So yeah, for those wondering, it is both the 458 Special and the MP4 TLC from McLaren. I do wish I still have my F1. God dang it, I hate when, I'm not gonna lie, I hate when game developers do this. They literally discontinued the DLCs only for people to actually legit panic and be like, wait, where the is the vehicles I had? And the crazy part is that the developers know what their player base is like. Like, this is actually a good example. What happens is, like, this is a real example. Call of Duty takes out the Peacekeeper from Black Ops 2 and will cause a riot. Like, I kid you not. It is one of those moments where, well, you end up going through an actual phase or the type of player that most people go for in terms of how or why they actually gotten a certain aspect of said game. But in the end, it is one thing that I will miss about the crew the most was playing as Alex Taylor from the Crew 1 and Kara from basically where we actually help yeah, basically in the Crew 1 we will help where we have helped Zoe, Dayton, not Dayton, my bad. Hey, with the live stream, Well, yeah, basically, we will miss the moment that we play as Alex to help out a whole bunch of characters that we have put names with faces and taking out Shiv and avenging our brother. And lastly, to cap off the Crew 2's legacy, the Crew's legacy with the first game. After 10 years, the Crew 1 will be shutting down, and at March 31st, 2024 at 5 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So do as much as you can tomorrow. I will stream the Crew 1 in the morning, and yeah, that will probably be it. Hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want to see next. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you know if I have new stuff coming to the channel. And lastly, be sure to look at my be sure to actually check out my socials. And yeah, without any further ado, this is Goddrifter signing off, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.